One of the topics that I am most passionate about in life is the idea of stewardship. I think that the parable of the talents is an absolutely beautiful story. Each man was given the exact same opportunity in slightly different proportions, and each man was held to a standard that represented that opportunity. Welcome to the Altered Call podcast. My name is Pillischafske. I want to thank you for joining me on these introductory episodes. I hope that you enjoyed this overview of the material coming soon. I believe that every person will at some point be held to account for what they were given to manage in this life. Do I believe that we will all be held to the same standard? No, absolutely not. I believe that we will be held to account for what we were given, the time and place that we were born, and the obstacles that we faced along the way. God knows all of these things. He is able to see through the infinite possibilities of our life to evaluate the situation. And we are told that He is a fair and righteous judge. So what do? I think that the answer to this question is to take our lives seriously. I am not of the belief that every minor decision matters. I actually believe that most of the decisions that we consider to be major don't really matter. But if you can keep your focus on the things that God is teaching you as you go, I believe that we have the opportunity to make decisions and be in situations that do matter. Outside of those situations, I believe that we have a lot of freedom to enjoy the creation and the people that join us on the journey. Are you glorifying God with your career, with your finances, your family, your time, your attention? While I don't think that these things are meant to be all-consuming, if you were to rate yourself in each of those areas, how would you do? Is that a report that you would want to carry with you into heaven? It's not a guilt trip. It's an honest question. I resist a lot of preaching that deals in guilt and shame, but I think that there's a large gap between those messages and a message of taking intentional steps towards more fruitful outcomes. God knows where you started. He knows how you got here, and somehow He knows how to account for all of that. For my part, I will always strive to offer guidance that is meaningfully generous in its boundaries, and it is my hope that you receive any advice as directional in nature and not specific to any particular situation. I will always try to leave the details between you and God. As a society, I think that we are focused almost entirely on the wrong things. Ecclesiastes is one of my favorite books of the Bible, and one of its main takeaways is that we will never know what is important in life. So we are to remain faithful and follow God. It says that money won't save you. Pleasure won't save you. Your work, your intelligence, your wisdom, none of these things are enough to overcome everything that you might face in life. Only God is strong enough to rely on. So let's start off by doing that and see where it leads. So what happens if you fail? Does that mean you go to hell? That's not what I believe, but it would make sense for me if God took a look over the record of your life and pointed out the good and the bad. Ultimately, we will all fall short. But it would be nice for Him to take a look and say, not too bad, kid. Or maybe, just maybe, to look at something we did and say, see that part? That part was pretty good. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Altered Call podcast. I would love to hear from you. Please leave a review or find links to what I'm doing in the show notes.